This is my life with albinism.
Now, this is my life with albinism.
And this is my life with albinism.
All right, everybody lick your lips.
We look at that.
Everybody did it.
Damn, I forgot.
I was like, David, he got me. You look good.
What are you trying to say, man? Somebody got chapped.
You know what I mean?
All right, we're back with another episode of Life with Albinism podcast.
Sir.
We have two new guests today on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your host, Dale.
And I'm your host, Avery.
All right, and we're going to let them introduce themselves. Tell the people your name, where you're from, and give them your social medias, whichever ones you would like to give.
Okay. Start off with you.
All right. My name is DeMarcus Sandich. I'm from Lynchburg, Virginia, but living in Denver, Colorado. And I'm 28 years old. And my Instagram is DeMarcus, and my Snapchat is the same thing, DeMarcus, DeMarcusNez.
Man, that is tough on the tongue.
And what do you do for a living?
For what I do for a living, I'm a central service technician. Okay. So we clean and sterilize surgical equipment and repair the surgical equipment after surgery.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey, I'm Joe from Houston, Texas. I do bookkeeping. What else? I don't really.
Social media?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but I am on Facebook. But you can find me if you want to.
You got.
What's your Facebook?
Yeah.
I don't actually know the actual URL.
Well, if you see him, just
match the face with the name.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to briefly ask you guys both how living with albinism has been for you guys. We'll start with you, Joe. You personally, how has albinism been for you?
I mean, it was tough growing up with albinism as a kid, because I didn't really understand why I was different from everybody else. Mm-hmm. And I really didn't come into my own until I was in my mid-20s. Mm-hmm. And,
Okay, and did you, so it took you a while to kind of understand your albinism and that you were different from others. So,
yeah.
How long did it take you, your journey to become confident?
Like I said, once I was in my mid-20s, it's I think I just, it's it is what it is,
Okay.
It was a long journey. I wish it would have happened much sooner. And so for example, we're here in NOAA, the National Organization of
Albinism and Hyperpigmentation.
Yeah. So for example, I've never went that as a kid. I think it would have helped to see other people with albinism, and a lot of people think
would.
A lot of people think that we come here to because it's a pity party. No, it's not about that at all. It's just about meeting people who are
networking, meeting other people.
Yes. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is now I'm comfortable in my own skin, and it's I actually think the pigmented people are just so boring.
Yeah.
So
how long did it take you to realize that you was comfortable in your own skin, so to speak? You know what I mean? Before it was just they stare and you don't even notice it. You notice it, but you don't even care. You just go about with your life. You know what I mean?
I mean, I did have therapy,
What, therapy for it?
Yeah.
For albinism?
No.
No, I mean
I
don't mean literally, but I mean from the psychological struggles of albinism.
Yeah. People teasing you and stuff like that.
Yeah, was it that?
Bullying?
It was that, but even after even after graduating, for example, high school, because grade school was tough.
Okay.
It's I wasn't getting teasing anymore, and I still was not happy with myself. So I don't think it was necessarily that. It was just something about.
Okay, so you just was trying to figure stuff out in your head.
Yeah, it's just being different from the rest of the world.
You're not different.
I mean,
No,
we're
we're totally different.
We're different.
We're different in a good way.
But
You
I
know.
mean, like, don't.
No, but I'm not saying that in a negative way.
Yeah,
It's like
okay.
at first, yes, I
It
saw
felt
it in a
like that,
negative
yeah.
way, but I'm totally fine with like being different nowadays.
That's what's
So how long did that take?
I mean, like it was a journey, at least for me.
Okay.
You know, like I said, like I don't know. How long did it take you guys to, or were you always like comfortable?
You know what it is? And I'm glad you asked me, because when I was growing up, at first, when you a kid, you don't really notice it. But as you mature and grow up, and you see yourself, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying. I think you just don't care, you know what I'm saying, because of I didn't care because of the family I had. I was, they raised me to be very tough at an early age. Okay. So, how kids bully you in school, and then you cry, and my grandma automatically, she told me, she's like, no crying, I don't do nothing but give you a wet face. You man up, you go out there and you tell them, yo, stop staring. You go handle your business. You human, you know what I mean? You go about your business. And if they got a problem, you ask for, you tell them to direct them to me, you know what I mean? So it was just like that, and like, I was always the funny guy in my neighborhood. So before anyone ever had the chance to even try and bully me, other people was like, yo, you bothering my man Avery's. I didn't even get a chance to defend my damn self, because everybody, the whole neighbor. So that made me feel, good. And you know what I mean? When you have some support around you, you don't even realize how hard everything is trying to, attack you. In a matter of that speaking, you know what I mean? So,
I mean, look, let me say this. Like, I mean, it wasn't like that. I didn't have support from my family or anything. But like, for example, my parents used to tell me, sometimes, like, like all the different things that you would expect a parent to hear, like you're not different. It's like, don't like. It's like, but it's one thing to hear. At least for me, it was like, man, I don't know. It was pretty tough for me. It's like. It's one thing to hear it, but it's another thing to like put it, and just like try not to care about it.
Yeah. That's that's life.
Now, what about you, DeMarcus? How was it for you?
D?
Call me D. Everybody calls me D.
It's tough on it,
So what was it like for you growing up with albinism?
So for me personally, compared to like other people I've met with albinism, I had it pretty easy. So everybody always knew me in the neighborhood, and like I always played sports too, so that helped a lot too. So I was always part of a team. So when like I would go to school, everybody already knew me because they're like, "Oh, I play soccer with him," or I play basketball with him.
You play soccer?
Yeah, I played soccer.
Interesting. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
How did you play soccer out in the sun, man?
So I played soccer. I had a colored ball. And they were talking about it earlier in one of the panels. So we either use like a bright green soccer ball, or like a yellow one, or a red
blue
one.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I do remember those.
Okay, well that makes sense. But I was saying more like.
Oh, the sunscreen? Oh,
with the sun exposure.
So, actually, believe it or not, we actually had a clock. My coach used to like have a clock like on his watch, where you could do like the timer, and every 15, 20 minutes he'd pull me out, and when I would come out, sunscreen.
Nice.
Wow.
Every 15
minutes?
Every 15 minutes, people had one like on the watch, and he would set it every time.
Nice.
Wow.
When it was
very
time.
considerate of him to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, did that bring upon any attention? Like, wouldn't the other kids be like, why he get to leave every 15 minutes?
Well, the way he did it was substitutions anyway.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I was being pulled out for a reason. I was coming out anyway. But as far as bullying, I never really got bullied that much. So that's why I'm saying.
You had a lot of familiarity.
I had a lot of familiarity, and I had a lot of family too.
Now, when you just said that much, so you kind of got bullied, like.
I mean, we all do a little bit.
Yeah.
But not like a traditional bullying, like.
Yeah.
More teasing, like just because they don't understand. For example,
ignorance.
Ignorance.
Okay.
Like you would go to another school, or like on a field trip or something, and they don't know me at that school.
Yeah, when you're the new face.
People staring at you and talking and saying stuff.
I get that.
But luckily I was always around people that if I didn't see it, they would see it, and then they would go say something, you know. And I actually had to reel in some people and tell them, like, look, man, it's okay. I know I know they're staring, and it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, after a while, that's kind of how you gotta.
So I know, like Joe said, like it took him a little bit to, be comfortable. For me personally, when I was probably about like 13, like I've pretty always been comfortable. But when I was 13, I'm like, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And, I just went with it ever since then. And, that's about it for me.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's how it was for me too. Where it was, well, for me personally, I accepted it at a very young age because my mom would kind of teach it to me.
And
my
what
mom
age
would,
is this?
So we talking about like 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Like, around those ages, I would say from anywhere between 6 and 9, my mom kind of installed in me like, yo, you're no different. You're still black. Be confident. Don't care what other people think.
Yeah.
So she kind of rushed my journey of acceptance. Like I never really had a journey. I accepted it from the beginning because my mom always stood up for me and defended me as a little kid with albinism. So it was hard for me to feel like I was like some alien or somebody different because she, she was very protective over me when it came to albinism. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then, like DeMarcus said, yeah, of course I got teased and bullied and stuff like that. But then also, like Avery said, there was always situations where a person who knew me would be like, yo, you're not going to pick on him.
Yeah.
Because he's my friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you gotta have people like that, and it just helps you grow.
You guys grew up around the right people because, like, because when I was picked on, even the friends that I was like, okay, they were just jumping.
Where you from?
Houston.
See,
now, where you grew up, was there a lot of other people with albinism?
No, not at all.
And me neither.
You either?
I was the only one.
I mean, we're pretty
Me
good,
either.
guys.
I'm gonna honestly say, like, in every school I've ever been to,
There was
except for college, that was the only time there was another person with albinism. But middle school, high school, elementary school, there was never another person with albinism. But
well, with me, it was a few people. It was I'll never forget her name. I had a crush on her. If she's watching this, I'm not gonna say her full name, but you know who you are, Z. Shout outs to you. So she has
albinism?
Yeah, she's like, so her and I believe her name was Amanda. There was another one. But yeah, them two, they had albinism, so it was, I didn't really feel awkward. Yeah. So that, and I was always the funny guy everywhere I went. So,
and I think that's important, right? Because you even mentioned that earlier, where you said if you were around more people with albinism, it would have helped you to be more comfortable with it. If you'd have had more familiarity, like it helps to see more people that looks like you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And we can say that with anything. Like if like let's say if you were black and you went to a predominantly white school, it would help that person more to see more black people.
Yeah.
To see more people like him.
Yeah.
So
And I think that's why stuff like this NOAA conference is so important because it puts us all together. Like it puts everybody who has albinism together.
Yes.
So now we have this feeling of belonging.
Yeah.
And
you don't feel like the odd man out. You know what I mean? So because it's different when you're in the street and you see someone on a bus and you be like, I wonder if that guy got albinism. Maybe he did. Ask him. Like you know what I'm saying? Here it's just like I know him. And you
like,
just know about your day.
Or you see somebody walking around like outside of the conference here, but you're like, oh, they're here for conference.
Is it just me, or is it like when you outside and you see like in the street and stuff, you see another albino, like whatever you do? I don't. Like we don't say what's up to each other. I don't know why that is. And then like I'll be with my friend and he be like, "Oh, there's another albino. Like you ain't gonna say what's up." I was like, "Do you say what's up to all the Spanish people?" Like every you know what I mean? Like
you're saying you get all defensive.
Do you approach other people with albinism when you see them out in public?
You're talking about me?
Yeah.
No, because like in Houston, unless I'm like really, really like totally blind, I don't see anybody with albinism. Just walking around.
All right. So what about you, DeMarcus? Have you seen somebody else with albinism in public?
I've seen one person in Denver since I've been there.
But did you approach him?
No.
Were you in close proximity?
Yeah, we were on the bus together.
But why you ain't say nothing?
Because like, it was
No,
more like
I wouldn't do that either.
well, because it's more like on a shuttle. Cause like it was like in Denver we have like the.
Did you guys at least nod at each other? Or like?
Yeah, I did.
I think we did. Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah,
I think we did.
It's like you know what I'm saying? You be like, you know, you give you a wink back, like, yeah, I see you, alright. Like,
so.
You know, I had a friend tell me one time. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. I had a friend tell me one time that he actually feels uncomfortable being right across from someone with albinism that he doesn't know.
What? Why?
Like meaning, like kind of how you're saying, where it's like, I don't want to approach him because it's like you don't know him, you don't want to approach him, but then it feels kind of weird. I guess it's more like it feels awkward.
It's not in a weird sense. I feel like it's just like we get that all our life. So when you the same as me, why would you ask me that? Like,
no,
like,
well, no, not asking, but more so like the approaching. So I guess what he was trying to say is that he feels awkward when he's like sit. Like, let's say, imagine you're getting on the bus, and then you get on the bus and you sit down, and then another person with albinism is sitting like right across from you on the bus. He was saying situations like that feel kind of awkward.
Nah, I
what do y'all think?
No. I mean, you guys see people with albinism all the time.
So
I
mean, now,
like to me, if first of all, if I get confirmed, like let's just say like I knew that this person had albinism, not just a Caucasian dude from Sweden.
You would know the difference between a white dude and an albino dude.
I mean, sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
No, it's very hard to tell. For me, it has to be like you gotta look like him. For me to be like, oh, there's no doubt he has albinism. You know what I mean? Like for real, like there's no doubt. You know what I mean? But a lot of times I see. You know how many times I saw the blonde hair, I saw the glasses, I saw the pale skin, went and asked, and they still didn't have albinism, and then I felt stupid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
what would you do if someone lied about that? Like. You went up to another albino and like, oh, are you albino? And they go, no. And they you're like, they're standing with the cane and everything.
I gotta take their word for it, you know.
But like, you're like, are you sure? Like, yeah.
Well, you joke about that, but there's a lot of people.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
No. There are a lot of people in this world that don't know what albinism is. Yeah. And they think that just because you look, a little bit like.
But you would know if you're albino.
No, I'm just.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I came up to you when you was younger, you know what I mean, and you before anyone ever, you know what I'm saying? Like once you start to realize you're different, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure by then, like you're someone in your family told you that. You know what I'm saying? You would have.
I'm pretty sure there's no adult with albinism that doesn't know
that he's albino. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
maybe a kid. Maybe. But I would argue probably not even a kid, because if a kid,
it depends on the age.
Your doctor would tell you if you didn't know.
Yeah, but kids don't hold information like that. They just, you know what I'm saying?
If you're 5 years old and you have albinism, your doctor probably told you. But your eye doctor,
but I'm saying they wouldn't hold that knowledge to, I don't know.
You would. I think.
Well, go.
I think it would be pretty hard to have it and not know it.
Yeah.
Because at some point something's gonna happen. You're gonna walk outside, somebody's super sunny, and your eyes is gonna burn, and your skin is gonna burn, and you're gonna say,
"Your eyes gonna burn."
Right? Yeah, and you're gonna say, "What's going on?"
Like someone's gonna shine a light in your face.
Yeah.
Why are your eyes red?
Why your eyes open so much? It's gonna have
a campfire and it's gonna turn red.
Right.
But I do know some people that I know one girl, I'm not gonna say her name, but in particular, she does not want to accept that she has albinism.
Really?
She doesn't want to, she knows she has it, but she doesn't want to.
What do you mean by that?
She tries everything in her power to not.
So she dyes her hair,
eyebrows.
I've had a friend like that,
and then she even told me like when she had her child.
She doesn't want to be called albino.
Yeah, no.
So is she in denial?
Basically in denial. Yeah, she doesn't. Wow. She doesn't want to stand because we stand out. She doesn't want to stand out at all. She doesn't like.
But I feel like you know what it is. I don't. and you said she's a female, so I would just assume like females like to stand out because that's why they have the colorful hair and you know what I'm saying, the long lashes and you know what I'm saying.
You would think
they would,
right,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
but most women I've met with albinism don't. They want to.
Yeah, I noticed that, and you know what? And I've gotten a lot of flack for this on an earlier episode that me and Avery did, where we were talking about how women without some. I want to be very careful with my words. I don't offend nobody.
My girl will call me.
Some women with albinism tend to use an excessive amount of makeup and colors in their hair and their makeup and stuff like that, and I started to notice two things. Either number one, it would be they're trying to neutralize that look of albinism so that it's not so that they wouldn't stand out, like you said. And then I recently realized sometimes they do it as like a kind of like a canvas, right? They look at their albinism, like having albinism, you're kind of like a blank canvas. So it's like now I can add color. It's kind of like a blank.
Colors pop.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Like a blank, like a white canvas on the wall, and you paint it with colors.
Definitely.
So they kind of look at it like that, where it's like, okay, these colors will pop more because I have albinism.
You know what I think about when you said
red blush and
canvas. Remember that show, Reading Rainbow? I think it was where the dude was just painting. I don't think that was the name of it, but the dude, he always just painting. He was like, oh, today we're gonna just add little clouds.
No, that was
you know
Bob,
what I'm talking about?
That's Bob Ross.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
But yes, I noticed that some women, they do it for one of those two reasons. Either they kind of see themselves as like a blank canvas to add color and to make it pop more, and then for some women they want to neutralize the albinism and not make it stand out. And I notice the ones that do that typically go with black. They'll dye their eyebrows black. They'll dye their hair black.
It never works.
And it never works.
It never works at all.
And it. I'll keep
we're just gonna say like we're not trying to shame.
Emphasize. Say it one more time.
We're not trying to shame anybody with albinism that
you know
dyes their
makeup and
like
as a makeup artist, pretty much. So
but I see the distinction that you're trying to make. Like if it's like they're going for like black, like more natural, and it's like it's it's okay if that's the direction you want to go, but I hope you're not doing it for the wrong reason. That is to say, like you're not.
How you word that?
and I will say too, also like the thing, like I have like a few females friends that have albinism, and the thing I try to tell them, and I'm like, you know, women kill to have your hair color.
I want to say something about that.
The lady at the shop, because I get braided, and the lady told me about my hair color. She said, I just had a lady came in, tried to get as close as I could to the color of your hair, blonde, and I charged her $300.
Jesus.
Wow. You have it naturally.
Right, and that's one thing I wanted to emphasize too, is that so many women, and not just black women, but white women, black women, Hispanic women, whatever, so many women spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to dye their hair blonde. And women with albinism or men, whatever, but we're talking about women in general, they have it naturally. So it's like you're paying to dye your hair black while other women are paying to dye their hair blonde. You have what they want and you have it naturally.
Hold on. I'm gonna defend these women. Why? It's because women that have straight hair want curly hair, and women with
not even the texture.
Not even the texture.
No. But that's
separate example.
Okay.
That's just the example I'm trying to give it. It's like you have like really beautiful straight hair, like it's like, but she wants to make it curly or wavy or whatever.
That's true.
And then vice versa.
We're always trying to do the opposite. It's like
and vice versa.
That's
like
what
some
it is,
women with wavy hair try to get
exactly.
chemicals to get straight.
Straight.
That's true.
That's true.
But that was my thing, was like, we have natural blonde hair and it looks really beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, when I see a woman with albinism who leaves her natural hair out, it looks so beautiful to see that golden blonde hair. You know what I mean? It looks amazing. And like you said, women is out here spending $300 to get that same color and can't get that exact hue. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, you know, it's what we have is just naturally looks so beautiful.
It is,
and I just wish, and again, there's no, I swear, there's no shame, there's no offense or bashing to any woman that wants to dye her hair the color of the rainbow. You do what you want to do. But I'm just saying that
Do it for the right reasons.
do it for the right reasons, right?
Yeah.
Do it for the right reasons. And I just want to, if I could, I would love to encourage these women to know your natural blonde hair looks beautiful.
Exotic
Regardless if it looks plain or if it looks blank or whatever, or if it's, I know I've even had some women say like, well, I dye my eyebrows because it's just hard to see my eyebrows. And that's actually true. That's very true.
Yeah.
But I just want you to know it still looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. You know what I mean?
Me personally, I don't like the weaves and the wigs and the, you know, and some, you know, whatever, but I can't really say that because then, you know, a female would be like, well, I hate a nigga that always wearing hats, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess. So I see why they do it, but it's just like, to me, they try to go above and beyond when it's not necessary. You know what I mean? So that's all.
Well, I think we had a really good discussion here, guys.
Definitely.
I do appreciate both of you guys taking the time out of your day to do this podcast.
Definitely, man.
I think we had a good discussion, and stay tuned. LifeWithAlbinism.com. You can check out all of our social medias. You can check out all of our merchandise. We have released our new sun protective shirts. We have them in medium and large. We have them in white and black. We will upload photos of them right away so you guys can make your purchase.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned for the next episode.
Please and thank you. Bam.